Good afternoon. Just give me a second to get everything set up. Today we're doing our Thursday live, and we're going to be creating this really cute fun fold card. So it looks like this from the top, and then it goes, this is the set greeting. Just like that. I should have left one of these blank, like left the bell off. That one, so you can have a place to write. We'll do that on the new card, on the one we're going to create. Okay, so I'm going to set the card out of the way and bring in my trimmer. Okay, so I'm using the Frosted Gingerbread. I'm using the Designer Series paper from this suite also. Okay, so first thing you need is a piece of 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, then you're going to score it at, I already did this one, but you're going to score it at 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then you're going to score it at 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the measurements are on my blog, so if you don't catch it, you can always do that. So this is a 1/4 piece of cardstock, so it's 4 1/4 by 11. I just cut our cardstock in half. Then you're going to cut this at 2 3/4, and you need 4 of them. So you need 4 of these panels at 2 3/4. Okay, so we'll set that to the side. Then we're going to bring in our Designer Series paper, and you need 2 pieces. Okay. I'm using these 2. Okay, and they measure 4 inches, and you need 4 pieces at 2 1/2. And because you can cut our Designer Series paper 2 pieces at a time. So there's the 4 pieces for that. Then you need a 4-inch. This piece is 4 inches, and you need to cut it at 1 1/2. And you need 4 pieces of that. Okay. There we go. 4 of those. Okay. Then, ahead of time, I cut out 2 of these stitch rectangles from these. This is the scalloped contour dies, and I used the 3rd one. And I cut 2 of those. Then I used the layering circles, and I cut 2 of those. 2 of this one right here. Okay, so those are our basic white shapes we're going to need. Then I did 2 stars for this one and a mitten, and I have a second mitten. Okay, we'll see. So let's bring everything back in, all of our pieces. So we're going to start with this piece. We need to fold and burnish our score lines, and so I want the green polka dots on the inside. So you want to score it. But you know what I mean, so that's going to be the inside of my box. Okay, so let me bring in my silicone mat and my seal. The little 1/4 inch piece is where you're going to put your adhesive. Okay, you can use sticky tear and tape. It's totally up to you what you use. I just use my seal, or you could use the Seal Plus, and then I just burnish it to make sure it's attached. And then we have our little box. Okay, so we'll set it to the side, and next you're going to take your 4 pieces of Designer Series paper, the 2 1/2 by 4, and your 4 pieces of cardstock. I used real red because it matches the Designer Series paper, and you're just going to layer these on top of each other like this. Okay, and then we'll do all 4 of them. Okay, and we have 1 more. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our box to put it together. And so I'm just flattening mine because I find it easier that way. And I'm going to put seal adhesive on one of the, it's easier to put the adhesive on. You could use liquid glue for this if you wanted. So I'm just doing seal on one side of this. Then we're going to line up our first piece with that score line, okay, and press down. So then when you're done, this is what it's going to look like, okay. And then this piece right here, you put adhesive, and I want to alternate my patterns, so I'm using this one. We're going to match it up to the score line, and it goes there, and then you just fold it and do it again. This one, we're going to line up this piece, okay, and then fold it again, and we're going to put adhesive here and line it up with this last one, okay. So that will give us our card base, just like this, okay. So you pick which pattern you want. So then we're going to come in with our 4 pieces of 1.5 by 4, okay, and that is going to go on this side of each flat, okay, just like that. Sorry about that noise. Oh. Okay, so just like this. Oh, make sure you line it up good. Okay, so then there's our card. So I'm going to bring in one of my rectangles, and my greeting is from the Frosted. It says, "Wishing you a Merry Christmas," and I'm going to stamp it down at the bottom. Okay. So then I'm going to come in and I'm going to attach. So I'm going to attach this with seal. This time I didn't smear that. Okay. And I put it in here. And then on the next one, I'm going to do a circle. I'm just going to attach it. Okay. And then the next one, we're going to do another rectangle. Let me get this ink off my finger really quick. I just don't want to mess up my card after I work so hard on it. This is a great fun fold card. I've been making a lot of them, having fun with it. So we're gonna add our last circle. Okay, let's move that out of the way. So we're gonna go back to our beginning, and we're gonna decide if we want the mitten. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the mitten there. So on these, I'm popping them up with dimensionals, my shapes. Okay, so there's my mitten. So on this one, I'm gonna do a star. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so this one we're just going to do a star in the middle, and then this one we're going to do the mitten. So I need to cut this other mitten out. And so there are dies that you can use to go with this bundle. I just sat and fussy cutted them. It didn't take me very long. If I was making a bunch of them, which I'm making this for a card swap, the same exact card, so I will probably use my dies to cut out the shapes that I can, and the other ones I'll just fussy cut those ones. Okay, so we're going to go with 3 dimensionals again. I'm not sure why I chose 3, but it works. So, okay, so this one I'm going to put up a little bit, and then we can put our message here when we sign the card. This card also fits directly in one of our regular card envelopes. So I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, so we're going to do this. Okay, so let me find an envelope. Bear with me. I have to open a new pack. Okay. So let's take and pull in our, this one will work. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put adhesive on this envelope, flat. Okay. Then I'm gonna take the designer series paper and line it up with the score line on the envelope. Oh. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to come in with my snips and trim it. And this will just give a fun effect to our envelope. We used to have envelope liners. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them that you could cut your design and put inside. I still have those. I should dig them out. So there's our envelope. And I'll show you the card. We'll slide right down in after you sign it. And it's close it up and it's ready to go. Okay? So there's our card for today. If you have any questions about anything that I showed you, just send me a message and or comment below and tag me in it, and I will come back and check it out. Thank you.